Hello, Carl Grace here of Grace's Perfect Blend. I apologise for not getting the next part in this series where I'm talking about my dad, Pat Grace, his dealings with Kentucky Fried Chicken, his friendship with Colonel Sanders, and how he broke out on his own to become Pat Grace's famous fried chicken, done until now. But since I came back from Christmas holidays, I've been extremely busy, so I just haven't had the opportunity to sit down and do this video until now. I do plan to do a lot more videos this year, whether that's using our products at home or going out to some of my customers and showing how they use our products in their kitchens on a day-to-day basis. So please click like and subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon on your device, and you will get notified every time I do a video. So in the last episode, I brought us up to the point where Dad had started out as Pat Grace's famous fried chicken and was doing quite well in the 1980s. So when Dad started out in 1970 as Kentucky Fried Chicken, Dad, like some Kentucky Fried Chicken franchisees in Canada, was licensed to buy the herbs and spice blend from Mary & Kay. And all through that time, we dealt with them all the way up until 2009 when my dad died. They were a great company to deal with, lovely people, and I actually met them myself when I went over for work in 2007 and 2009. I will get to our recipe that we use today later on in this video and in following videos after this one as well. So to promote Dad's product and his business in the 1980s, Dad would have done newspaper ads, radio commercials, television commercials. He would have also sponsored sports teams and local events like agricultural shows and horse shows. The horse show thing was very important to my dad because Dad always had an interest in horses from a very young age as he grew up on a farm. And when he was a young man, he did point-to-point racing, which is amateur racing here in Ireland. When Dad moved to Canada in the late 1950s, he would have gone horse racing in Toronto with some of his friends, whether that was harness racing, which is the horse and buggy racing, or flat racing. He was very interested in horse racing. So when Dad started making money and becoming successful in the late 1970s, he started investing in horses himself. So he had a couple of horses, and one of the horses' names was Colonel Sanders. So prior to Dad naming this horse Colonel Sanders, he reached out to the Colonel himself and said, "Would you mind if I name this horse Colonel Sanders?" Colonel Sanders was delighted and gave Dad his blessing to name this horse Colonel Sanders. Then there was another horse by the name of Kentucky Colonel, and my mum had a horse by the name of Kentucky Kid. I think you can see the common thread here where there was always that name with some of his horses. So there was also another horse that my dad had by the name of Boyne Valley, and here's a few pictures of him winning races in America, one in Florida and the other one in Arlington in Chicago. This horse is kind of significant for a couple of reasons. He was doing quite well in America and won a couple of races. Dad then brought him home to Ireland to be a stallion and sire other horses. And my mum also had another horse by the name of Moves Well. So Boyne Valley happened to sire a horse through Moves Well by the name of Wandering Thoughts. So anyone who's interested in horse racing here in Ireland or the UK and also in America, you might know the name of a trainer by the name of Aidan O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien went out on his own as a professional trainer in 1993, and his first winner as a professional trainer was a horse by the name of Wandering Thoughts, which happened to be sired by Boyne Valley, and what the mare was Moves Well. So my mum and dad bred Aidan O'Brien's first professional winner as a trainer. I'm not sure if he knows that, but it's just a small interesting fact, and hopefully you find that bit interesting as well. So in the late 1980s, my dad decided he wanted a franchise because there was lots of interest in his business. Franchising was a new business model here in Ireland, and Dad wanted to bring his product to franchisees and more customers throughout Ireland. He attempted to do this from 1988 up until 1994 with limited success. We had some good franchisees on the books, but also some bad ones. And Dad would have received complaints from customers directly who had been in some of these franchisees, and they said, "Oh, the chicken isn't the same, or we're not very happy with the service we received. So ultimately, Dad in the mid-1990s decided to pull back from the Pack Races Famous Fried Chicken franchising and just decide to wholesale our breading to fast food restaurants and other wholesalers here in Ireland. All the time we were dealing with Mary and Kay, and we were getting on very well with them. But towards the late 1990s, Dad started receiving not necessarily complaints, but some of his franchisees and customers that we were dealing with said, "Oh, there's something wrong with the breading. We're not really gone on the breading anymore. It doesn't taste the same." So we decided to start adding some black pepper to the breading at that time. And we were doing this all through the 1990s, or late 1990s, into the 2000s, and up until the point where my dad died. So this is where the story kind of changes from where we were dealing with Mary and Kay, and we broke away on our own to do our own blend. My dad died on the 1st of June in 2009, and when he died, we were going through some of his personal effects, paperwork, and some safety deposit box that he had. There was always rumours of a recipe that my dad had, but it was never confirmed. And when my dad developed dementia in the early noughties, early 2002, sort of 2003, my dad started developing symptoms of dementia / Alzheimer's. So my dad died in 2009, as I said, and when we were going through his personal effects, we happened to find a recipe in a safety deposit box. This is a herbs and spice blend. We had never seen it. Also, when we were dealing with Mary and Kay, we never knew the exact ratios or ingredients that were in the herbs and spice blend that we were getting from them. We saw this recipe and we said, right, let's take it to a blender, get samples made, and try it out. So we got that done, tried the samples, and they were fantastic. So we then decided to try them with some of our customers, and they immediately liked it. They thought the flavor was great, and they were happy to use that in their business from then on. So I had taken over in 2002, and I'd taken over the wholesale part of the business in 2002, and I was building a pretty good customer base here in Ireland. They were very loyal to the product that I was selling them, and also the service I was providing them when they ordered. So that's how we came about to have the recipe we have nowadays. And that's also the recipe that we use in the Strong Blend, which was featured in the Glenn & Friends cooking channel in 2021. In the next part of the video, I will go into more about how Glenn contacted me in April 2020, and then how we've become to have sales in the USA, somewhat in Canada. We're still working on the Canadian market, but we'll get there. The UK, Ireland, and Australia. So I'll leave it there for now, and I will come back to it in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm extremely busy with all my customers here in Ireland, and also dealing with some international aspects of our business. So I do hope to get the next part in the series done very soon. So please be patient with me, and I will get to it. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please, again, click like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon on your device, and you will get notified every time I do a video. Take care for now. Bye.